Hi India, welcome to carlelo.com, and today we are at a launch of yet another SUV in the India market. This time it's called the Grand Vitara. It's not the old Vitara that we have seen in 2015, but this is a whole new car. Built in collaboration with Toyota, this Grand Vitara offers a lot of tech, a lot of features, and new powertrain options. Let me tell you everything about it in the next few minutes. First up, the front end. This is a familiar front end we have seen with the cars like XL6 and the Baleno. We have the sleek running gloss chrome bar across the width of the car. Then we have the Nexa wave grille along with a more prominent skid plate. A new element that has been added to the car are these tripod LED DRLs. These are familiar to the ones we have seen with the Baleno, but instead of being housed within the headlamp cluster, they have been highlighted now as a unit of the grille and the chrome bar. On the lower half of the bumper, we get to see the LED projector headlamp setup surrounded in this black gloss element. All lights on this car are LEDs and they give great illumination like we have seen with other models. Let's move to the side and see what the side profile of the car looks like. Towards the side, we see this new design 17-inch alloy wheels. Given that this is an SUV, I would have preferred an 18-incher, but 17 still does the job for us. It is shod with Apollo tires. Then we have this sleek lines running across the whole length of the car. The shoulder line gives it a hunkered down look, giving it a bit more stance. Then we have gloss black finish for the mirrors. This is a dual tone model that we have here. On the single tones, this will be finished in body color. As you can see, there is the 360-degree parking camera. The car gets many knickknacks, which I'll tell you once we move inside. Excluding that, this is a very simple side profile wherein the car doesn't get anything much in terms of cuts or creases, but the design works for everyone and it's simple yet innovative. Let's move to the rear and see what that has got. So coming to the rear of the Vitara Brezza, as you can see, this is a part of the car which no other Maruti car has ever got. Like these sleek running LED lights, they in fact remind you of yesteryear cars that used to get something similar treatment. Then we have lamps on the sides. These are not LEDs; these are halogen setup for the indicators and the reverse light. Excluding that, the rear has a lot of cuts and creases that add a whole lot of character to the SUV. Opening the boot, this is not a power tailgate, just gets hydraulic struts, and the boot is quite enormous. While it's not class leading or anything of that sort, but it is sufficient enough to pack everything for your weekend getaways and leisurely cruises on the highways. Now that we have seen the exterior of the car, let's get inside and see what tech it gets, what powertrain options does Maruti Suzuki offer, and how is it overall to sit on the inside and feel the car. Okay, coming on the inside of the new Vitara, Grand Vitara, what we see is a familiar cabin. We have seen the same with the new urban cruiser Hyrider. The seats are not exceptional, but they offer good bolstering for your lower back, good under thigh support. You have sufficient knee room, head room, and shoulder room. Sitting three abreast should not be a problem as the tunnel here is quite low. You get nifty knacks like two cup holders with an armrest, AC vents with speed control, along with a usable feature, a USB-A and an USB-C port. Exceeding that, this is a comfortable place to be. I would not say this is the best. It misses out on features like a two-step recline for the rear seat, which its competition gets. But is it a thing to complain about? Maybe not, because the seats are pretty comfortable. Most of the changes of the cabin are at the front. Let's go there and check it out. So sitting in the driver's seat, this is a familiar cabin we have seen even on the urban cruiser Hyrider. It gets a multi-layer dashboard with multiple finishes. First up is this faux leather finish for the lower half, along with this gloss silver element that differentiates the different parts of the dashboard. Then moving to the center, we have this large touchscreen infotainment system, this Smart Play Pro system that is seen on cars like the Brezza, Baleno, the Urban Cruiser Highlander, and others. It gets many functionalities that include giving you status of your car, your average speed, your vehicle controls like ambient lighting, door unlock, AC while asleep, then features like Maruti Suzuki Connect. Then you have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which are good features. Excluding that, the AC controls are a familiar unit that we have seen on all recent Maruti Suzuki cars. This car we have here is the 1.5 liter K series petrol engine powered unit that gets auto idle start stop function along with an ESP button. This car is mated to a 6-speed AT transmission that gives it sufficient power. The steering wheel is again the similar unit that we have seen on other Maruti Suzuki cars. The more powerful and the more efficient hybrid unit gets a complete digital instrument cluster, while this gets a analog and a digital mixture with a central MID that gives you information about acceleration, braking, G-force meters, and other knickknacks. You get a sliding armrest that helps you cruise along the highways with ease. This is the key of the new Grand Vitara. Despite paying enormous amounts of money for this car, you get this familiar key that is seen on cars like the Baleno as well as the Brezza. Another new addition to the Maruti Suzuki's cabin is this large panoramic sunroof that has two-step retractability. It offers a wide opening area for you to enjoy the stars as well as the sunshine occasionally. While this is not an exceptional cabin, it is a very comfortable one. The seats are well cushioned, gives you enough lumbar support, and you have a large glove box, central tunnel with storage facility, and on the more expensive trims, you also get wireless chargers. Overall, this is a place that you would feel familiar in, and not a place that would cause you some trouble anytime soon. So coming to the powertrain options, the Grand Vitara comes powered by two engine options. First one is the Maruti Suzuki Smart Hybrid, which is with the 1.5 liter K series petrol engine that produces roughly around 101 horsepower. This system comes mated to a 6-speed torque converter automatic, a familiar unit we have seen with the Brezza as well. This engine comes mated to Suzuki's all grip technology. This is Suzuki's famed all wheel drive tech that we have seen on expensive cars like the Jimny and the International Grand Vitara. This system gets four modes. You have sand, snow, which detects slippage and engage the rear power to the rear wheels. Then we have auto and lock. During in the lock setting, the car will always send power to the rear wheels and help it get out of sticky situations, while in the other two modes the system will work with the traction control and the ESP to avoid slippage and send power to the rear wheels before even throttle input is applied to get you out of any sticky situations. In addition to this, we also have a complete hybrid setup, what Suzuki calls the Maruti Suzuki Intelligent Hybrid System. That is a 1.5 liter Atkinson cycle petrol engine that comes mated to an eCVT gearbox that gets a claimed fuel economy of around 27.97 kilometers, making it the most fuel efficient SUV of India. That would be anyone's choice if you're looking for fuel efficiency, but if you want a true blue SUV, then the 1.5 liter K series is your option. So now that you have seen the powertrain options, features, and technologies built into the new Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara, let me tell you the prices are not out yet. Just like its sibling, the Urban Cruiser Hyrider, the launch is stated for some other day. Bookings are currently open, and you can visit Nexaverse, Marti's own metaverse shop, to book your new Vitara anytime you want. But until then, stay safe and visit Carlelo to buy the right car at the right price and get the best deal. Thank you.